Okay, we are in Unit 5. This is Part 3 of notes. Our objective today is to determine what we call percent by mass or percent composition, which sounds really familiar. In fact, you've already done it. In the Cavitium lab, you've completed a percent composition problem, so this should look somewhat familiar. Percent composition, we know that percentages are parts divided by a whole or a total, and then we multiply by 100 to make it a nice even number out of 100. Percent by mass of each element in a compound is what we're after. So you're going to have a percentage for each element in a compound. So if there's 2 elements, you'll have 2 percentages. If there's 5 elements, you'll have 5 percentages, so on and so forth. First problem, find the percent composition for a compound that is formed from 28 grams of iron and 8 grams of oxygen. So the first thing we need to do is find a total. So we're going to take 28 grams of iron and we're going to add it to 8 grams of oxygen, which gives us a total of 36.0 grams. This is our total. Now what we're going to do is find the percentage of each one. 28.0 grams of iron divided by the total, 36.0 grams. I'm going to put tot for total. And then times 100 to get a nice percentage. That's going to be 77.8% iron. Now, I've got 2 choices. I only have 2 elements, so I could do 100 minus 77.8. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the full worked out version. 8.0 grams of oxygen divided by total 36.0 grams, tot for total, times 100, 22.2%, which should add up just to or on exactly 100. In this case it does. These are my 2 answers. This is the percent composition for iron and oxygen. What is the percent composition for calcium acetate? Well, you need to know the formula for calcium acetate, Ca C2H3O2, and there's 2 subscript on the outside there. So first things first, we don't have any numbers, so we have to calculate a molar mass. So these will take a little bit longer because we don't give you the grams, but you know how to find them. Calcium. We have 1. Carbons. We have the 2 distributes. 4. Hydrogens, the 2 distributes. We have 6. And oxygens, we have 4. So we're going to multiply these numbers by their respective masses on the periodic table. Calcium, if we round to the nearest 0.1, is 40.1. Carbon, we're going to multiply by 12.0. Hydrogen, 1.0. Oxygen, 16.0. We get 40.1 grams for calcium. We get 48.0 grams for carbon, 6.0 grams for hydrogen, and we get 64.0 grams for oxygen. So we need a total. We're going to add up all of these masses and find the total, 158.1 grams. This is total. Now what we have to do is divide each by the total, 158.1. 158.1. This should look familiar. We did this in the Cavitium lab for our jelly beans, sweet tarts, and Skittles. These are all the total values. And then once we do that, we're going to multiply by 100. and we're going to get each percentage. So the percentage for calcium is 25.4% calcium by mass, 30.4% carbon by mass, 3.8% hydrogen by mass, and 40.5% oxygen by mass. So if I had to ask you what weighs in this compound the heaviest, oxygen contributes the most weight. Hydrogen contributes the least. I have 4 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I have 4 elements.